Hello and welcome to another episode of Grave Effects, where today I'll be reviewing the Kotobukiya's 172 scale Berserk Fuhrer, or apparently as the English translation would be, Fury. So, there we go. Now this kit is honestly freaking awesome. Of the 3 Kotobukiya kits that I have, on the first video I didn't mention that I got a third one. I'm still waiting on the Panzer, but I got myself a Saber Tiger. I'll be reviewing that later on. I gotta say, this one is my favorite. The color is kind of interesting, at least for me. I'm not used to a purple pink, whatever really that is. But by far, this kit is just awesome. Both on the inner frame and when he has his armor on top. There's just something about that polygon shape that I like, and I really don't know why. Bear in mind, though, that this particular version has a lot more detail than the animated version did. The animated version was more simplistic, a lot more simplistic, if anything. This one sports a more techie kind of stealth look, with the exception of it not having any of the black colors or anything like that. It's just basically in this purple pink color. But I've seen some people do some pretty good customs with this by doing like a kind of camouflage, and it's pretty cool. Here's a look at the inner frame, and you can already see this is, at least this was before I went ahead and painted up the inner frame or anything like that. I didn't do too much, but still. You can see just like the kind of detail it has. It's a lot less fat, especially around the thighs, towards the knee part. So it looks kind of odd, but that just depends on, like, I guess how high you have them standing. And like in my case, for instance, it's just kind of like that. So looks a little weird. The tail still seems pretty cool there. You do get an extra little piece or joint or something to make the tail a little bit longer, but you don't get any extra armor pieces to actually make it longer, unless you buy another one, I guess. And yeah, but I mean, you don't really want to be spending too much on something like this. It's already expensive as it is to find something like this, especially if you get the red one, which, by the way, I've considered it, but yeah. Looking over here, we can already see the painted version. And just like the Liger Zero, there are a lot of details and kind of things that you can really bring out. With just a little bit of paint helps it pop out a little bit more so you can see it. I just went ahead and did all the riveting. I painted it with a Molotov chrome that I have, like that pen or something like that. And then I just went up and painted anything that looked like pipes or kind of like something like that. I just get into like a rustic kind of orange color that I mixed in. Some other bits. I also painted up the cockpit as well. Be seeing that soon. So this really helps pop, especially on those joints there. I noticed it was like a silver color, so I went ahead and just did it anyway for like right between where the thighs are and the arms. So I went ahead and did that. But yeah, it's other than that, it's pretty good. Like I said, though, on one other example is looking at the tail here. It's supposed to be more flat. It doesn't have that little, I don't know, like a camera thing or whatnot. And here's a look at the cockpit there. We can also see the standard pilot, just a very basic pilot. Doesn't come with the other one. We can see here that just after the modified version, this is more or less what the cockpit looks like after I've painted it. Made sure to try to kind of stay true to what the anime looks like, because the cockpit doesn't look exactly like in the anime, but I got to paint it, the best I could. So here we got a nice little pose. It's pretty dynamic, very flexible. The only thing is that I've noticed that the tail is already getting a little heavy. Here we can actually see the animation of just like everything that moves, more or less everything that moves. Most proud of this one here when he does his blast. I forgot the name of the attack, though. I need to rewatch the series because I don't remember. But it's pretty articulated just all around. There are a lot of extra parts to move around, as you just saw there on the legs and on the back. The head ends up having a second hatch that opens up to reveal the cockpit there. And here you can also see that there it is black light, just like the Liger. There are parts that do glow. In this case, it would be the eyes, somewhere inside where you could see the Zoid core, that little camera thing that you see there, just glowing orange. And then somewhere in the back of the thighs also glows orange for some reason, but yeah, they just added that detail there too. Overall, the presence that this kit has is just absolutely insane. This kit, when it's folded up, stands about 10 inches tall. Looking at it here, though, I didn't measure it right, but I gotta say it's guesstimated to be about 28 inches in width. It's just absolutely crazy. So you need a lot of shelf space for this. The extra parts here, we also see just the basic kit itself when you have it without its armor. And then here we have everything that is included. I forgot to take out the Zoid core, but still. So this is all that you would get if you took it off. Speaking of the Zoid core, here is a detailed image of the Zoid core itself. It does actually glow under black light, like you can see there. But the Zoid core itself doesn't for some reason. The Liger Zero did, but this one doesn't, and so did the Saber Tiger. I don't know why. Can bear in mind that this is all black. It's not supposed to be painted, but I painted it up anyway. And like I said, overall, this kit is just amazing. The poses you can strike with this is just like, wow. It's just, honestly, I don't know what to say about it. This kit's, actually, I gotta say first, these kits in general are fairly complicated and complex, especially the Saber Tiger from what I've built. So if you're new at this, I would probably still get one and have it as a, your reserve pile. But I mean, these kits are just awesome. They have a equivalent to a master grade, if not maybe to possibly a perfect grade for Gundam kits. Here we have a size comparison with one of my RX-78 Grandpa Gundams. We also have it next to Commander Cody, the 1/12 scale clone trooper that I customized. And if you want to see this video review along with Commander Gree, feel free to kind of, snoop around my YouTube channel and you'll find the older video there. So there was that, and it's still pretty tall. I mean, compared to that, 6 inches is a little bit more. And then here we have Omegamon. I still haven't finished him or painted him up yet, so I'm gonna eventually do that. Like I said, overall, I definitely would highly recommend that you all would pick up one of these kits, especially for those of you who are experienced modelers and everything like that. I myself am not a professional, but still, I love these kits. I especially love how it's interesting to have an animal as a robot and everything like that, whether extinct or not. And just, it's crazy. The details are just astounding, honestly, and there's just a lot of possibilities there. A lot of extra gimmicks for this kit, at least. Here's possible areas to do some custom paint work on the inside or on the outside if you want to and stuff like that. So overall, I would say this kit is definitely a 10 out of 10. Would definitely recommend getting. They are a little bit pricey though, like I mentioned with the Liger Zero. Unfortunately, Kotobukiya makes these in a limited quantity, and because of that, prices get jacked up pretty damn bad. So that's the only real downside about these particular kits. But I mean, considering the details you get, I'd say it's partially worth it, honestly. Either way, though, I hope you did find this video helpful or informative in any way. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe and stay healthy. And as always, this is Grey Wolf FX signing out.